So I was muted. So, however, what I was saying was I'm not going to waste a lot of time on this game. It's not it's not listed. Not going to waste a lot of time on this game. And what I was saying was, you know, I haven't looked at the Cubs side of the bats yet, but as far as Pittsburgh, I was looking at Reynolds, Sawinski. Reynolds is a he has an versus right hand pitching. He's a 849 OPS versus righties. Um, Sawinski is 872 OPS versus righties. Sawinski is 2 for 4 versus yeah, thank you. Sawinski is 2 for 4 versus Assad with a home run. Waiting on the weather conditions and stuff like that before we get lines for the Chicago Cubs game. That's why the Cubs lines aren't out yet. So we'll see what's going to happen here. All right. So I can't really talk about anything because I don't have any lines. All right. Now, New York Mets at Miami Marlins here. We got an over under 8 in the spot. Lukeski on the mound, Garrett on the mound. Now, anytime anytime you get a lefty on the mound here, especially versus Miami, these two bats come to mine here. You already know who it's going to be. It's going to be Jake Berger with a 920 OPS versus lefties, and it's going to be um Soler. All right. So I think Soler hit a home run. What was that, yesterday? He's got 1,000 OPS, 1,100 OPS versus lefties there. Lukeski, about a 740 OPS versus righties. That's around a little bit over average there. So, you know, it is what it is in that situation. Those guys, Berger and um, um, Soler are home run candidates. So let me go over here to battle props. And I do have interest in the hits, runs, and RBIs. That's y'all. If y'all know me, this is probably this is the favorite prop here. This is the best prop here. If you want to ask, if I had to tell you, you know, for hits here. Now, Josh Bell, he's in play as well for hits, runs, and RBIs. Francisco Lindor's got good numbers. All these numbers are pretty good here. When you look at the all the lines are pretty good, like a hits, runs, and RBIs for Francisco Lindor sitting at minus 130. I couldn't talk you off for nothing like that. And then if I'm not mistaken, Pete Alonso at minus 115 for his hits, runs, and RBIs at 1.5. He does have a bomb versus him. All right. Let me see if I got these guys in my player pool, my fantasy player pool here. I could give you guys a couple accurate numbers real quick. Francisco Lindor, he's 3 for 9 for 2 home runs and a double, 879 OPS versus lefties. Pete Alonso, he's 3 for 10, 2 singles and a home run, 888 OPS versus lefties. So there you have that. And then I did mention Josh Bell. Josh Bell don't strike out that much. He's 2 for 7 versus Lukeski. One single, one double, no home runs there. Okay. So looking at now, we do know that Braxton Garrett does have some K stuff. Am I gonna get there? I don't know. Probably not. But I couldn't talk you off of it. But I probably won't be getting there personally. Let's see. He has 23.7% K rate overall, 26.6 to lefties, 22.9 to righties. Don't know how he's fared versus this New York Mets team. I didn't go and look, but I'll probably end up sticking to the bats here. Overall, let's see. Versus left-hand pitching, I think New York Mets have been looking okay. Last 30 days versus left-hand pitching, New York Mets 13th, striking out at 22.9% K rate with a 104 WRC plus, and last 14 days. So we got 2 lefties. I could actually look at both teams here. So I could actually look at both. So Miami, the last 30 days, they've been striking out the second most versus lefties at 26.6%. So both two lefties on the mound. Miami striking out, New York Mets striking out 13 most right there. WRC plus is around the same, 97 and 104 there. And then the last 14 days for both teams, as you can see, let's see, New York Mets, 138 plate appearances, 20% K rate with 119 WRC plus. And then Miami, where are they? So Miami probably don't even qualify. Oh, there they are. 25.9 WRC plus. Last 2 weeks, 143 plate appearances with 116 WRC plus. Yep. And 25.9% K rate. So there you have that. You can pick your poison however you want to pick it. Home run candidates here. Burger, Soler, and well, it's 4. It's 2 from each side for me. It's a few. You need to see who's going to be in that Dodgers. I mean, in that we need to see who's going to be in that lineup for the Mets. Okay, so let me go over here. Let me show you. Yeah, we need to see who's going to be in this lineup for the Mets. All right, so Berger and Soler, expected slugging sitting up there pretty good. 515, 535. Hard hit 47.8, 49.4. Those are the 2 home run candidates for me. If I had to take one of these guys out of Berger, it would probably be, because it's a lefty, it would probably be Soler number 1, then Berger number 2 on this team. All right. Now, Pete Alonso, 551 expected slugging right here. Expected batting average 253. And he's got 1 home run versus him. So for some reason, I don't know. We'll see who's going to be in the lineup. But I know Alonso and Lindor should be in the lineup. Lindor's got 2 home runs versus him. Okay. Lukeski, I don't know. Barrel percentage at 10.3. Braxton Garrett at 7.6. We'll see. All right. I spent entirely too much time on that game. Los Angeles Angels at Tampa Bay Rays. We got an over under 8 in this spot here. We got Sandoval on the mound. We got Bradley on the mound. All right. So at the end of the day, I'm looking at, I want to go Tampa Bay Rays, money line parlays, run line straights. Okay. That's one way I'm thinking about going. All right. Versus right-hand pitching. This Los Angeles Angels team will strike out. And we know that Bradley has good K stuff. Okay. So let's explore this real here. Los Angeles Angels, last 30 days, 27.4 K rate versus right-hand pitching, 85 WRC plus. That's the last 30 days, last 14 days in 340 plate appearances. Los Angeles Angels number 1 striking out versus right-hand pitching with a WRC plus of 71 there. Okay. And 340 plate appearances. I ain't gonna look in the last 7 days. I guess I would. They still number 1, 128 plate appearances with a 50 WRC plus. They just not hitting righties right. I'm not scared of none of these bats right now. Probably one of the bats that I'm looking at that will probably remotely scare me would probably be what's the little short ass guy over there? I'm gonna tell you right now. Brandon Drury. He'll probably be the only bat right now that'll probably scare me on that team. So you couple that with the fact that let's see. So we got Bradley. His K rate. He's got a 29% K rate overall, 33% towards lefties, 24.7% K rate towards righties. Yeah. So one thing about him, only reason I say there's a possibility that he can scare me. Whoever the kid's name is again. Brandon Drury, is because Bradley can get shaky after a time. All right. So Bradley, he could give it up to righties. Drury has some pop. So if I'm looking at a bat on that side, it would probably be Brandon Drury. Okay, that's just I'm just leave it at that. Now, like I said, looking at some splits here. His worst split, Bradley worst split is away versus righties. I want to say, or no, home versus righties. He's giving up a 289 bat average, 639 slugging. Okay, in general versus righties, he's giving up almost a 600 slugging, 591. The home runs, he's giving up 14 home runs, 14 home runs to right hand pitching, 7 at home, 7 on the road to right hand batters. Okay, so if you that's that's a few things that you could look at if you want how you want to take it, how you want to approach this game here. Bats here, I'm looking at. I'm looking at the usual suspects here. I'm looking at even if you want to just put these guys in a hit parlay or something like that, be my guest, whatever the case may be. Yandy Diaz, 1,000 OPS versus lefties. Patrick Sandoval pitching his worst, 750 OPS versus right hand pitching. Harold Ramirez, and Yandy Diaz is 1 for 8. That's a single. Harold Ramirez, 949 OPS versus lefties. 2 singles. He's 2 for 8 versus him. I had one more bat. And Paredes, he's 3 for 5 with a home run versus him. And there was one more bat. I think it's Rosarina. Where is he? Did I add him to my player pool? I didn't, but I think it's Randy Rosarina there. So those are some bats that I couldn't talk you off putting in a hit parlay. You know what I'm saying? And Brandon Drury as well. All right. But the strikeout should be there for Bradley, as we just seen. His strikeout prop is sitting at 6.5 at minus 106 right now. If you want to get there, if you don't, player performance doubles for him. 6 strikeouts in the win, you'll get that at plus 105. Couldn't talk you off that if you like Tampa Bay to win this game. Okay, it's the end of the day. After all that rambling, it's gonna have to be Tampa Bay. Mainline parlays or run line straights for me, but we'll see. Minnesota Twins at Cincinnati Reds here. We got an over under 9.5 in this ballpark. Okay, in this ballpark. Y'all know what this ballpark does. It produces runs. Kenta Maeda, he's got pretty good case stuff. Okay, and it's going to be a bullpen game for. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, senior. Charismatico. Okay. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So yeah. So here's where I'm at with Maeda. All right. So he's got good case stuff. We know that he can get himself into trouble. Checking out his game logs and things of that nature. He's given up multiple runs in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight games. All right. He's given up a home run in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 straight games. 12 out of 13. He's given up a home run in 12 out of 13 games, 16 home runs and 19 starts. His innings pitched been all over the place. 7, 5, 5, 4, 5, 4, 6, 6. All right. So we know he hasn't faced this team. All right. So that's one thing. All right. He hasn't faced this team. This is Great American Ballpark. Okay. So smaller ballpark and they put up runs. So this is right behind Coors Field. We already know this. I have to say this each and every day. All right. So it's a possibility, you know what I'm saying? He can get hit here. He does have case stuff, and I just don't know where I want to be with him. Cruz, this should be a bullpen game here. Cincinnati Reds bullpen ERA, they sitting right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're around the middle of the pack at bullpen ERA. So I mean, but anybody can get hit. Now the bats, you got guys that's been in fuego. All right. I could just go down the line here. Let's see what we got here. You got some top bat's going to be for sure. I gave him yesterday. Shout out to Royce Lewis. He just continues to crush the baseball. Okay, so Royce Lewis and all these guys are in play. All right, all of them. All right. And damn. Yeah, he'll be my favorite bat. He'll be my favorite bat here. Hits, runs, and RBIs all the way up to a home run again. Okay. I went to Jake Fraley. He didn't get that for me. I'm gonna probably want to go right back to the well on Jake Fraley in this one here. Eddie De La Cruz numbers popped a little bit for me. And if you want to look at Will Benson, he did hit a home run. He's pretty good, versus righties. Not ultra consistent like I really would like him to be, but he did hit a home run yesterday. He's got a 918 OPS versus righties. He's definitely in play. Okay. I don't have a side in this game. I probably would have to lean. I don't know. I would say lean towards the over, but I don't know. Okay. I do expect runs be put up in this one here. Toronto Blue Jays at New York Yankees. We got an over under 8.5. I just don't, here's the thing. We know what the Yankees been doing versus lefties. I don't really back Toronto. You guys have never seen me back Toronto like that. But it just seems like the New York Yankees, they want to see lefties, man. I don't know who's going to be in the lineup, but I can give you some numbers versus lefties here. And I'm not going to bet this game, but if I had to bet this game, it would probably be the New York Yankees or nothing for me in this spot. You can just about, last 30 days versus lefties. They striking out versus lefties and righties, though, New York Yankees. But 124 WRC plus and only 209 plate appearances. But it's like they get them lefties out of there pretty quick, okay? I ain't going to look the last 2 weeks. They probably ain't seen them, but I'll click on it anyway. New York Yankees, last 2 weeks. Um, 110 WRC plus 22.8 K rate. Bats for me. I'm looking at so Kikuchi. He's pitching his worst versus righties. He's got a 751 OPS versus righties with a 646 OPS versus lefties. However, Stanton, 984 OPS versus lefties. Anthony Volpe, 825 OPS versus lefties. Gleyber Torres, 913 OPS versus lefties. And Aaron Judge, 1,000 OPS versus lefties, okay? Gleyber Torres is 8 for 20 versus him with a home run. Anthony Volpe is 1 for 3. Giancarlo Stanton is 1 for 12. And so at the end of the day, it's gonna be if I bet this game, which I probably won't, it's probably gonna be New York Yankees or nothing for me. Looking at the hits, runs, and RBIs, etc. here. Let's take a look at that. You get Aaron Judge hits, runs, and RBIs at minus 140. Come on. What you want me to do? Yes, that's a yes. Stanton hits, runs, and RBIs at a minus 110. Yes. Torres, yes. I might not bet all of them, but those are the usual suspects, the ones that I just pointed out. Those guys are in play. Torres, Stanton, Judge, and Volpe, okay? It just is what it is. See who's in the lineup and work with it from there. I'm not fucking with, even though he's not my favorite pitcher, Schmidt or Kikuchi. I'm not messing with none of these pitchers, though. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I rarely target, there's two teams I really don't target for bats. It's Toronto and Seattle. I just can't get them. Every time I get on them, they don't pop for me. Chicago White Sox at Washington Nationals here, over under 9.5. And this here, my friends, we're looking at runs here. All right. We're looking at runs to be put up in this one here. So Hits, runs, and RBIs. Right now, if you want to go to hits, runs, and RBIs, I suggest you get to them early and often. All right. Everybody's sitting at 1.5 right now. Everybody's sitting at 1.5 right now. What else can I say? All right. Why do I say that? Because we got Urena on the mound. Okay, so let's go through the motions. Jose Urena, all right. The boy is trash. All right. He's super juice. All right. V8, spoiled V8. All right, just bad. All right. So let's see. First of all, let's look at his splits. 8.68 ERA at home, 8.68 ERA on the road. That's all you need to know right there. Vinatieri, I gave him out for hits, runs, and RBIs yesterday. He got there. He's this kid, Urena, is pitching his worst versus lefties. 358 average versus lefties overall. You can look at his game logs. His boy is ass. I mean, 12 home runs and 7 starts. He's given up 6, 1, 4, 5, 3, 4, 4. All right. He's bad. Michael Jackson bad. Who is they pitching? Rutledge. Like, who the fuck is Rutledge? But let's look and see what he does. Jackson Rutledge. Oh no. He about to get towed up too. So either way it go, I couldn't talk you off anything. He's got a 9.6 K rate. He's only pitched one game. Look, Pittsburgh went upside his damn head. 7 earned runs, a home run, 7 earned. Yeah, whatever, man. And watch this game fuck around and be 0-0 all the way. Watch it be a pitcher's duel with these two weak guys. But hey, I lean towards the over here. Can't talk you off nothing here. All bats are in play. All bats are in play in the Chicago White Sox game. Philadelphia Phillies at Atlanta Braves here. We got an over under 9 in this spot. And tricky spot here. All right. So first of all, let's take a look at Christopher Sanchez for a second. Okay. So, and this is important because Sanchez is expected to be piggybacked by Michael Lorenzen in his next scheduled start Tuesday in Atlanta. All right, so he's going to be pitching X amount of innings, and then Lorenzen going to be coming right behind him. Okay, so that's interesting. Why they doing this shit, I don't know. That's above my pay scale. But last time he pitched against Atlanta. He had a good outing versus Atlanta. Atlanta want to see his ass again. They want to see him. Okay, see, here it is right here. 7 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts. All right, he went upside their head. They still lost that game, but he got down on their ass. All right, so he's not going to be pitching all those innings. I discovered it because I was looking at this fucking strikeout prop, and I was like, okay, let's see what his strikeout prop is today. So I'm like, damn, it said 3.5. And I'm like, damn, why is it at 3.5? I had to dig a little deeper. And that's when I came across he's gonna be piggybacked right there. So that's that, right? So I'm not even gonna mess with his K's or anything like that. You knew the baseball, but I bet on esports, NFL, and basketball. All right, well, I don't do esports, but I do NFL, I do basketball. Glad to have you. If you're a new sub, whatever. If you're not a sub, I drop the sub and hit the notification bell for me. Yes, I love NFL. I mean MLB. You went 5-1 on PrizePicks last night. You did good. If you went 5-1 on PrizePicks, you definitely took some unders, man. You definitely took some unders. So shout out to you. So yeah, just stay tuned. I mean, I ain't the best. I ain't no expert. I like to help. I like to help, and I like to receive help. So if you guys got any plays, I'm definitely all for it. Okay, so let's get right back to where we were at now. Yeah, I mean, so it's gonna be a mixture here. You're gonna have Sanchez, then you're gonna have Lorenzen, Sanchez a lefty, Lorenzen a righty. So understand, what they're gonna be what they're gonna be facing today. All right. So Strider, I'm gonna say I have no choice, but it's if I'm looking at his strikeout, it's gonna be the over or nothing for me. I won't be taking the under there. He did get there versus them. I could care less who win this game. Um, I could care less who wins this game. And looking at some props here for Strider here, something like that. I couldn't talk you off a few things here. Let's take a look at so it's probably gonna be some parlay pieces here, but this is an okay bet to me. If you like the over or the under, I'm not an unders guy all the time, but over, I mean, 1.5 earned runs, couldn't talk you off of that. It'll be the over or nothing for me. I would take the over here. But he can easily mow their ass down. Don't get it twisted. So that's one play you could look at for Strider. You can also look at his pitching outs, which his pitching outs is going to come out to 17.5, and that's at a -116. That means he has to finish 6 innings. Okay, if you think he can go 6 innings, then it's a -165 for you right there. Okay, and then you have his strikeout prop sitting at 6.5. I mean 8.5. And then last but not least, another bet that I have a few of these today that I'm going to get to. It's going to be, if you think that he can record that win, you think he can get the win, then you can get that for a +130. All right. Those are some options that I weigh. I always weigh some of those options before I start, betting on things like strikeouts and shit, because sometimes these pitchers' strikeouts, they be set so damn high, you know what I'm saying? But you can get a win in certain situations. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Atlanta Braves at home. Atlanta Braves. It's gonna be Atlanta Braves or nothing for me in this spot. Okay. All right. So there we have that. I took a lot of time on that, but it is what it is. Let's see if we can get past on a few of these games, like this one. Cleveland Guardians uh, at Kansas City Royals here. We got an over under 9.5 in this spot. I would be looking at hits. So I probably won't even go. I can go hits, runs, and RBIs, but maybe I'll probably look at a hit for, and I think it came out to like a -135 or something like that. If you just want to take a hit for these two guys here, like Jose Ramirez and Josh Naylor, that's a -160. You can add these guys to your parlay pieces, and it's another bet. I think it was Bo Naylor. Yeah, Bo Naylor. Those are the three guys. You could take one of these guys down and get you. If you want to get to Bo Naylor, you can take Josh Naylor down and get a -127 or some shit like that. You can go with the Naylor brothers and get a -122, or you can do whatever you want. All right. So I think you can add those guys to your hit parlays and the hit runs and RBIs. That's in play as well. With an over under 9.5. I'll be looking at some Cleveland guys. His runs and RBIs are going to be in play. What am I? I'm not going to run away from my prop. All right. So his runs and RBIs are definitely going to be in play for those two guys, Naylor and let's see, Bo Naylor sitting at 1.5 for plus money. Ramirez 2.5 and Josh Naylor at 2.5. If you don't want to get to the 2.5s there, then you can put those guys to hit parlays. I couldn't talk you off of that. If I just had to take a side here, would be Cleveland Guardians. Okay. Next game on the docket, we're looking at. If y'all ain't dropped a like, go ahead, drop a like for me. I appreciate it. Milwaukee Brewers at St. Louis Cardinals here. We got an over/under 9 in the spot. What's his name? Trevor McGill or whatever. And Rom on the mound. And I just can't put a read on this game right now, man. So one bat I am looking at here versus a lefty would be William Contreras. I couldn't talk you off his William Contreras here. I always target him versus lefties. He's got a 1,000 OPS versus lefties. Drew Rom, he's giving up an 870 OPS to righties. And if you're looking for other folks, Drew Rom is giving up an 894 OPS towards lefties as of right now. So there you have that. All right. I could easily give the pitcher lean towards Milwaukee because their bullpen is pretty good. But we'll see. All right. We'll see. All right. William Contreras is on at least a hit. Okay. You can put him in your hit parlays, whatever case may be. Boston Red Sox at Texas Rangers here, over under 9 in the spot. All right. I just don't want to. So we got Houck on the mound. We got Eovaldi on the mound. All right. 2 bats I'm looking at right now. Of course, the standard bats, the top bats from each team right now. It's going to be Corey Seager. Well, Tanner Houck is giving up a 900 OPS to lefties, and then Corey Seager's with 1,100 OPS to righties. It's only right for me to take Corey Seager. Hits all the way up to a home run. I like him. All right. Now, on the flip side, you will have okay, so I didn't add him to my player pool, but it's definitely going to be and y'all know, y'all watch me, I can't never figure this motherfucking name out. I always butcher his name, man. Rafael Devers, all right? Both of those guys there, hits, runs, and RBIs all the way up to home runs. Honorable mention, who was that? Mitch Garver. And I think Adolis Garcia is back. So keep an eye out on his situation, okay? Not picking a side in this one here. I ain't even gonna lie, not taking the side. Not taking the side in this one. All right. Looking at bats here. You guys got something? Let me know. Next game here will be Baltimore Orioles at Houston Astros. We got an over under 9 in the spot. Gibson on the mound, Hunter Brown on the mound. All right. McCormick got that for us, hits, runs, and RBIs. Tucker got that hits, runs, and RBIs. You know who didn't get there for us? Alvarez. He didn't get there yesterday. So what does that mean? He's facing Kyle Gibson, who's pitching his worst versus left-hand batting. So him and Kyle Tucker are still in play. I'm probably going to take Ruan Alvarez for another home run today. I took him for a home run yesterday. He didn't get there. I'm going to go back to the well again here. And I'm taking him and Kyle Tucker's hits, runs, and RBIs again here. Those two, I'm taking their hits, runs, and RBIs. Let's see what the numbers look like here. $2.5 for Kyle Tucker, 2.5 for Yordan Alvarez. At both of them at a decent plus money right now. You get it for plus 120 for Kyle Tucker and plus 115 for Yordan Alvarez. I suspect if you like these bets while they're at their peak right now, I suggest you jump on it. All right. However, another bat, okay, that I gotta touch on. All right. So Yanya Diaz. Okay, this is one of his favorite splits here. I expect him to be in a lineup. This is going to be this is going to be major key right here. All right. So, y'all know I like to go to Yanya Diaz at home. Um, looking at his splits here. This is his spot. All right. So he's versus right hand pitching. He's batting 315. He hits better at home. Overall at home, he's batting 329. And at home versus righties, he's batting 369. Okay. 122 plate appearances, really, really good. He has 22 home runs, okay? 19 of them come to righties, okay? And then at home versus righties, 12 of his home runs, okay? His advanced numbers look like versus righties. In general, 315 batting average, 336 on base percentage, 613 slugging, 949 OPS, 298 isolated power, along with the 155 WRC plus. And at home versus righties, all those numbers go up. His walk percentage is down to 3, a 3% walk percentage, 14% K rate, 369, 760, 713 slugging, 344 OPS. I mean, 1100 OPS, 202 WRC plus, all that, man. All that. So you gotta wait for the lineups to come out. It'll be a crime if he's not in the lineup. He's a home righty killer, righty splits. I'll be looking for him. I could care less who win this game. I'll be betting on bats. All right. I didn't even look at the Baltimore side, and I do got love for Baltimore. I didn't look at it, so I ain't even gonna I'm gonna temper my expectations. I did want to lean towards Houston in the spot, but we'll see. Colorado Rockies at Colorado Rockies at San Diego Padres here. We got an over under 7.5 in this spot. Snell on the mound. Snell should pitch a gem here. All right, right. So here's the thing. Feltner's pitching his worst versus left-hand batters, okay? So, as far as a bat concerned, I'll be looking at Soto, which he's been on fire as of late, or he's been good, whatever you want to call it. If you want to look at his hits, runs, and RBIs, you get it right now at a 1.5 at a minus 125. I like the number there. I'm gonna sprinkle something on it. He's been getting it. He's been getting it in. All right. That's one thing. Now, going over to the pitching props here. All right. So it's a few things few ways I want to attack this game. All right. So strikeouts. The strikeouts are in play. I don't know if I'm going to take the strikeouts, but it's are in play at 8.5 for Blake Snell. That's one thing. Okay. Now his outs at a parlay piece at minus 190. I'm taking that at a parlay piece. I'm waiting on something else to open up though, but I'm taking that at a parlay piece at a minus 190. I'll put something else with it to get to plus money, and then I'm going to sprinkle on the win. So right now I'm torn between the win and the strikeouts. The win and the strikeouts. Right now, I'm looking at the win a little bit harder than the strikeouts. Okay, for a win for Blake Snell to get the win is at plus 100. So I'm looking at either one. So it's going to be a pick your poison type of thing for me there. All right, versus right hand pitching, Colorado. We can take a look at some of the numbers for Colorado last 30 days, and I like to filter theirs to on the road, because they do play at Coors Field, so some of their numbers can be inflated. So K percentage on the road versus right hand pitching, number one in the league is striking out at 28.8%. WRC plus last 30 days versus right hand pitching. Colorado, no, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Snell is a lefty, ain't he? Wait. Let me backtrack. I'm sorry, guys. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I'm glad I caught myself because y'all wasn't gonna catch me. All right, so left hand pitching away. All right, because I knew those numbers because I looked at the numbers earlier and the shit didn't add up. All right, so on the let's look at away. Let's look at away. Let me see. Colorado. Only 109 plate appearances. You know what? Let's look at the season here. All right. Let's look at the season on the road versus left-hand pitching. Colorado, they second and with a 72 WRC plus overall. That doesn't scare me. I mean, you got a guy like Snell is just a 31% K rate all the way across the board. 31.2 overall, 31.1 versus lefties, 31.2 versus righties. That's dangerous as hell. He should come in here and wipe the flow with their ass. All right. It's just what he needs to do. So we'll see. All right. It's going to be they covered for us yesterday. It was shitty, but it was clean. I took the San Diego Padres on the run line. It's going to be money line parlays, run line straights for me, and then the other bets like I just showed you, the win and stuff like that. I might sprinkle some on all of it. I ain't even gonna lie. San Francisco Giants, Arizona Diamondbacks. Don't have a pitcher out for the Giants right now. I'm waiting for Zach Gallen outs to come out. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm gonna take his outs. His strikeout prop, I think it's at 7.5. Oh no, his lines ain't out yet. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for if his outs come out as 17.5. I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on it. Okay. So one more thing. Caesars, okay. So Caesars Sportsbook, they're the only book that lets you put outs in the same game parlay. So let's take, for instance, this Colorado game. All right. And Caesars let you do those long ass parlays for the people who like to do those. So, man, hey, they let you do those. So same game parlay. All right. So right off the back, I'm probably looking at, so it's multiple ways I could attack this here. So let's see. Outs recorded. Snell over 17.5 outs. And I could go with the money line. That's a -109. 6 outs. He give us 6 innings and the win. So -109. I like that. I could go with to be accredited with the win. 6 outs, 6 innings, 17.5 outs, and Snell to get the win. It's +144. Take the win I wouldn't even do that though. I would take the win. I'd take the win straight up if I'm gonna do that. But I mean, it's just a smart thing to do. I would say. But Caesars is the only book that lets you put outs in the same game parlay. Okay, just wanted to point that out. All right. Soto's going to be my favorite bat here. Hits, runs, and RBIs all the way up to 100. I mean, up to a home run. Felton's pitching his worst versus left hand batters. All right. So there we have that. And then, like I said, this Arizona Diamondbacks, I'm waiting on Zach Gallen, the Lions to get dropped. I'm waiting on this outs prop. And if it comes at 17.5, I'm jumping on it. Don't know what his strikeout's going to be like. I think his strikeout's probably going to come out. If it come out at 5.5, I'm interested for sure. All right. So moving along to the next game, in which that would be Seattle Mariners. Okay. Now, we got Castillo on the mound. We got Blackburn on the mound. We got an over under 7.5. Line fish. I mean, the total kind of fishy. Castillo, they batting almost 300 versus him. Okay, he hasn't seen them. All right, he hasn't seen them. So that's one thing to keep in mind. You know what I'm saying? So if you if you're looking for somebody to sell, Let's see. They 14 for 46 versus Castillo, batting 304. All right. I know we went through this shit yesterday, and Woo, he prevailed. Shout out to Woo. He got it. He got in there. I did not take any Oakland bats yesterday. I just felt the need to fade. Castillo strikeout prop here is looking at like, let's see. I thought it was 6.5 or 7.5. 7.5. Okay. Now, versus right hand pitching. Last 30 days, Oakland, 5th in striking out at 26.4%. So the strikeout should be there. 91 WRC plus last 30 days. WRC plus coming down. Last 14 days, 289 plate appearances. 289 plate appearances. Oakland, 29.1% K rate. WRC plus coming down from last week when I was pointed out it was looking good. 75% WRC, 75 WRC plus. And so they top 5 is striking out. What about the last 7 days? Are they number 1? Survey says no. They number 4. 28.9, still high. 187 WRC, 187 plate appearances with a measly 53 WRC plus here. The spot looks good for Castillo. Those are some numbers right there. Do as you will. Like I said, he hasn't faced this team this year. Last year, they batted 300 versus him. And, sample size was like 14 to 50 something, 58, whatever the case may be. But, just a few things to put on your mentals up there, all right? Bats. I told you guys, Seattle is not one of the teams that I give out bats, and Toronto is not one of the teams. Blackburn, he's pitching his worst versus lefties. But Blackburn, I don't know, man. He's one of they I could say one of their best pitchers. Is he gonna stand up against this team? We know. I was looking at his K rate, man. We know Seattle can strike out. We know that. They've shown the ability to strike out. Let's see, Blackburn. What did he do last time he faced Seattle? If he hasn't faced Seattle, all right. He's got 4 Ks or better in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at his last 6 games. Oddly, I have to go back and check this Houston and Texas game. He's pitched 3 innings in those, but prior to that, he's went 5 innings or better in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's been 5 innings or better in 14 of his last 18 games. So it's a lot. That's something to put on your mind right there. You know what I'm saying? He's showing the ability to be serviceable. 18 games started, 10 home runs. He's showing the ability to be serviceable. This could shape up to be a no runs first inning here. So in instances here, I might do a bankroll builder or something like that. Maybe a under 1.5 runs in the first inning there. And maybe alter it down, K props, maybe a 4 Ks and maybe a 6 Ks. And what do we got? A minus 117. I'll pay juice. I play juice up to like minus 130, 135, 145. 140. I'm pushing it, nothing more though. But sometimes you got to lay juice, you know what I'm saying? But this looks like a decent same game parlay, or take the strikeouts out for and I lean towards you know what, the total here. Maybe I lean towards the under here. Shit. Maybe a first 5 innings under or something like that. Try to alleviate the bullpen, not a full game under. Or maybe a first 5 alternate under, like under 5.5 or some shit, under 4.5. Ooh. Ugh. Yeah, but something like that, or just leave it the fuck alone. All right. Um, run line total parlay. Let's see. First five. This is an interesting one. Plus 1.5 over or under. I never do these. But they're interesting. All right. Let me stop rambling. And there's one more game left on the docket. We're not showing it. It's not showing right now because we don't have any lines out, and that will be the Dodgers and who is that? Detroit. Oh, there it is. So who is this? Diaz and two over on the 9 here. It's probably gonna be. It's still gonna be the Dodgers for me. All right. So Diaz, there must be a bullpen here. What does Detroit bullpen look like? Detroit bullpen might. So they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and giving up runs in ERA, bullpen ERA. All right, 12 worst. Okay, it is what it is. Probably be Dodgers or nothing. Probably in a money line parlay or something like that. And I couldn't talk you off hit runs and RBIs. I might. This number here gonna be going up. This run line gonna be going up. So if you want to jump on that run line, I suggest you jump on that run line right away. Hits, runs, and RBIs for this team. They probably not out right now, but everybody's gonna be in play. Batter props. Let me take a look and see if any Dodgers are out right now. They don't have any lines out for the Dodgers right now, so they'll be coming out shortly. And with that being said, guys, peace out, man. Peace out. Research in the books right now. All I got to do is just wait on a few lines to come out, and then we'll get through it. We'll get through it. We're gonna make it. At the end of the day, peace out, man. Good luck to everybody. And I'm going to do an NFL video later on or tomorrow. Let's take a quick look and see if we got anything out for next week. NFL. Okay. Hold on, let me see something. Game lines. Passing props. Nope, just this game. And these games, I'm gonna do a video for this game too, man. All right, with that being said, guys, peace out. Love.